I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at Showstoppers during IFA 2012 in Berlin. I am speaking with Inrix, Mr. Danny Woolard. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
Excellent. Listen, for all the people out there in bnetTV land, why don't you tell me what Inrix is and what you're doing here at Showstoppers specifically?
Sure. Inrix is operates the world's largest traffic intelligence platform. We are globally the world's largest provider of real-time traffic information services. We're here to support some existing customers and here to I do some work in researching what the new opportunities are, particularly in mobile and the connected space in general.
So the last time we had a chance to speak with somebody with Inrix was at the CEA Line Show in New York. We specifically spoke about the app that you had launched at the time, but we also spoke a lot about the platform that you have and the information that you provide to a lot of different clients that are out there in the market space, regardless if it's a TV station all the way down to another handset unit.
Okay, yes. I mean, as I say, as the largest provider of real-time traffic information, we cover a whole range of markets. You've mentioned automotive, mobile, internet, and the media market, and also the public sector. So we have a growing interest in our public sector market here in Europe. There's a whole range of things where we can offer our technology and our data services.
Danny, what are you doing here specifically during Showstoppers?
Well, our primary objective here is we've been supporting Ford and with Ford Sync, and we did a panel discussion this morning that we were invited by Ford to participate in, which went very well from our opinion. We're also here, tomorrow we announce our launch with Garmin for our digital radio delivered traffic service in the UK. So there's a product launch coming up by Garmin that was announced today.
So, Danny, of course, in the United States, and in particular, the Department of Highway and Transportation has mandated that by 2016 that all new vehicles are to have a vehicle-to-vehicle, a V2V technology. That technology inevitably is going to allow cars to speak to one another, and the first and foremost is going to be obviously some traffic reporting. How does that affect not only North America but the rest of the globe? And then what is Inrix part on in that ecosystem?
Yeah, I think the technology you refer to is something called DSRC. Yeah, my view on DSRC is that I think it genuinely has a place, particularly in the automotive world, but very much focused on safety, providing information of the vehicle and its environment that it's operating in, whether that's collision avoidance, end of queue detection. I personally don't think that we see V2V or V2I technology really competing in terms of the delivery of what we traditionally think of as traffic information services. Okay. I believe it's going to take some years to roll out that technology to get a big enough universe of vehicles with the technology. I think the initiatives are fantastic in terms of improving vehicle and driver safety.
Do you think that it's a starting point, though?
I think it is, but I honestly believe that it's going to be some years before we see that technology impacting on what we see as the both traditional methods of delivering traffic content to drivers and the emerging market in the connected vehicle using the typical wireless networks.
Danny, I'm going to move to the traditional market of actually looking at traffic as a whole globally. That is it's a consumable on a regular basis, and it's something where your business model has a good life projection to it because it changes on a moment by moment basis. Yeah. And how do you deal with that, and is there any further growth to that?
Yeah, very much so. I think that we are a growth business, and we've demonstrated that in what we're doing, and we're growing from a breadth point of view in the markets that we can address with not only our real-time services, but again we come back to the public sector as an example where we're delivering a lot of our historical data for doing analysis on traffic patterns. So working with road authorities to help them understand how network performance is working, and the ability to do sort of traffic predictions.
There's some huge economics behind that. I've had a chance to actually interview Alan Mullally a number of times, and he and I have spoken about the wonderful progression that Ford in particular has done with its technology in vehicles. How do you feel about not only working with Ford but other car manufacturers as well?
Well, it's already a very strong marketplace for us. So here in Europe, you know, with companies like BMW and Audi in particular that we've worked with for quite some time, delivering services across Europe in the connected space, but also in traditionally working with them in the UK on, you know, technology that uses broadcast traffic information. So it's a growing market still. You know, every vehicle sold, more and more have technology in them that can use our information.
And finally, Danny, is there a partner program that Inrix has that if there are, you know, multiple companies out there with small particular products that they think that has a value add in the Inrix system that they can participate with?
Yeah, of course, we'll always pursue those opportunities, and we recognize that we don't necessarily sort of have everything in the whole delivery chain. You know, what we have is good content, quality content, the ability to deliver it to many different platforms. So if there's new opportunities, then we'll pursue them.
Danny, thanks for taking the opportunity to speak with us here today during IFA and Showstoppers. I hope we get a chance for an update with Inrix in the future.
Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with Mr. Danny Woolard of Inrix here at Showstoppers during IFA 2012 in Berlin. I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV.